Yetiefo ne adofo ene nwumre nso so yawon akwaba de ba Emmanuel Bethel Prayer Ministry TV. Senia na watwe atwam yedi dwumadie de nkomo a apomuden ene fa hodi wom de brem. Ene nso so ye besan ahye dwumadie foforo na yetoa so awodie yewi toa ye hyase na watwe atwam. Me ameti dwumadin de Prophet Ima. Ye penny ayato yensa frɛ no na de bia one ye ba. Ebe program ato din say time with the magistrate. Ono nso so oha the din the magistrate and I say her worship our friend. Mami akwaba. Bacho bibia bokodi. Last week him say e di nkomo efa interstate succession.
Pachai.
Na o church bebre.
Pachai.
Etiefo nso so de omo questions by. Unya botre any adaji eyi ni nyan.
Pachai.
Yetiefo ne say menda wase.
Pachai.
Na odwumadi a wodi no omo ani so.
Pachai.
Na oboa emasundwe eba efiefi na abusua bebre mu pa. Erade onhyiraw.
Amen.
Mbacho na de ebekọ mebisa wo. What is letter of administration? Say a letter of administration mbacho eden.
It is a power granted to some identified persons under the law to administer the estate of a deceased person, particularly where that person dies intestate.
Yes, tumia yede ama nkofukuo bi a eboa momutimi ehwe ejapade so che
patron
ewo bra nea oye ejapade no sebi wefrim
patron
okay na se sankofo no ewo court ho ana
debi sankofo no ye nipa na wewu no ebusuafo ebi a ne yira na nikuno omo ye nipa a wewu no ne yira na nikuno a otiase ye friend surviving spouse
nipa na wewu no
nikuno na ne yira ya ne hokafo a otiase
okay
na afei no nipa na wewu no ne ba
ne ma
a otiase na ne ma patron na afei no o maame ana o papa surviving parent of the deceased person na afei no odi adefo
okay
odi adefo nti no
o ka odi adefo le se obi a odi nipa na wewu ade
no brofo ka se ebeka no customary successor
okay
impempi no be hu se nipa obi aba se me ye ni nua o ye ni nua emra no enkan wo enka ho na se ya so obi ba se in fact me na me gina eyiye no mu ye ntutu ye nyina na me bisa ne se na wo ye hwan ewo nipa na brabo wo ye ne wo fa se ya na ni nua o se me ye ni nua enua enka sa list of persons no. Now the fact that una ojigina mu ye eyiye no I wo ye ntutu ye nyina so far as I won can list of persons no yan kan won kan.
Okay, me that's it.
Patrick.
We dem say question input there. We di kan abo so kakra nenso mebisa na we di agina so di akyere mu bi.
Patrick.
Which category of persons can be granted a letter of administration?
Patrick.
Consider the situation where a deceased person, a man, had more than one wife with minor children, or minor children with several concubines, or situation where all the children are of majority, but with different surviving mothers and fathers. Yamfani say, why mo ena sa letter yetumi edema and the way the catch us say a year ekunu a wotiase emma anase nea odi nipa na de no nemom yamfani say nipa no oware ebia mienu ana miensa anase oware aware dodo a eyere nom no emu ne wahi ena sa letter ni nsatumika.
Prof, ayerenom ni nyina so far as I we ayere ne de.
Okay.
Asem me fi Kanguli baye. Kanguli, so they are Muslims. Na say na nipa na wewu no. Ne yerenom ne ye mienu. Omo beye application na omo kofa ne yere ketua no. Edi penyini si nchen se penyini de wanko school. Na ketua no no ko school kakra nti ono no na omba mejina as a surviving spouse. How did I fish her out? Me hwe nkwala na papa no wona owo nkwala dodo de beye 10.
Okay.
Me hwe nkwala no bi mu ages. Na me hwe oyire no a ote ho na madwi mu ye me na kakra emache.
Okay.
Ti me sheda bisa oyire no say nkwala 10 yi nyina no. E na omo sheda court da no. Omo de ye friend is saying ya yire kotoa ne ma ne pe e na be gina ye. Ti me sheda bisa say madam na nkwala ya les me hwe bi mu ages kra bi mu enyi nchen wo omo nyina ya wo ma ho na no kre no ekodedi said ebi enti sa na yiri penny bi wo ho e na me share say omo ye de omo kofa yiri penny no emra meka application no as a surviving spouse
nti empen bebre no se obi ba court na se eya odi nsemu sie court no ne ade a eya nipa no hotumi like
yes it's perjury. It's a criminal offense. You do criminal law side. You better discuss. It's perjury because you are lying on oath.
Nti wa me ati asese se nipa no e ware eyerenum dodo a omo nyina omo saka letters ni.
Yes, please. So, because you are a surviving spouse, we don't select.
Now, where there are minor children.
Yes, minor children no. Usually no, I will say a penny bi age no mwechi ntino pe ebi omo guardian ad litem. Guardian ad
obi bisa say minor children require them.
Oh, minor children obi undi 18 o ye minor. Pacho ai Inti no ye penny for bi no magina wechi. Now they apply so that they will hold whatever your entitlement is in trust for you.
Okay.
And no say bia surviving spouse no minor children yes surviving spouse name madia nkwalani is safe but where ye different mothers different fathers nya de no ho no na was ye fa ebia obi a ohwe omo ni ade de won ba ebegine mu ma nkwala no so that they will administer the aspect of the estate that goes to the children. Pacha ultima say
all right. Yo is letters of administration only to grant access to deceased persons' cash at the bank or mobile money account?
Prof, me that's the same way they here.
Yeah, the letter of administration Emma Obia. Eno ne sa no Emma nipa no akwanwa Emma ne nsa tumi eka ne awuo no ne sika eda bank nko a anase nipa no ne sika sebisebio eda ne mobile phone so anade ebe friend mobile money no eno nso so Emma ne nsa tumi kan.
Pacho enye no nko a letters of administration no we don't grant it piecemeal. And then me pay access to mobile bank accounts. Na mabeje letters of administration. Last week ya bibisa by nipa no sentia nipa na wewu no ne o mame mobile money. Inti sentia o mame ne buy na adwini susu ya ne say ye ma no kwan na onya access to ne ba no mobile money account na ne sika e wo so no onkonko yi. Esan say wa call MTN office. MTN phone said you are beji letters of administration. Not knowing so obano. Nebano wo we japade. Nebana to asase. Sa asem we fie kwe ha. Nebana to asase. Wehu. Inti na me advice you say debi. Omo konkofa nia wewu no ne japade nyina na omo fambra. Na yan capture ni nyina and the letters of administration. In pempi no ebi mu de ejapade ni bi sie. Esan say almost sure say bia omo de ni nyina ba na ejapade ni total value no akobro court no civil jurisdiction so. Court ho no district court we have jurisdiction over matters whose value is to the tune of 500,000 cedis, which is all cedis no 5 billion. So bi wo ha na dwen ye ne say o de japade ni nyina ba ebia na jurisdiction akobro district court so na che say ebia je okọ hemfa another court ni ade mu expenses ni ade nti obe under declare ejapade no well but yenye ne sa it is for all assets, not just cash at bank or mobile money, all assets.
I mean, who say it applies to all properties?
Yes, please.
All right. The next question. What information does an applicant need to provide in support of an application for grant of letters of administration? Say, ubi here letter of administration. A application being and also a process being also firm.
Okay. The edit kind of it's you come by a friend motion expert. Motion no a application with the affidavit to count say bia me na me ye a year and now kuna ameti ase ana me ye ba ana me ye you indicate your capacity ewo application mu na fe in affidavit no akere say nipa na owu ye no wewu no na ote court ni jurisdiction ni mu.
Okay.
Ehwa aso no wewu a yesie no enti osa wo kire imra nipa ni wuye imra yesie no ne ade afa so no also indicate say ebia wo ye ebia nkwala na ewo application there are a lot of children, they are all of majority sane ebe abeja ye bi mba no because sometimes ye bi mu kosi ekire say enchichemu ba ebia we aso we mu maame nko aso we papa nko a once ebi ma shada be fechire say ya baba GLA na nkaifo no kra nim. Until you have to indicate in your application say you have the consent and concurrence of the entire family to be granted the letters of administration. Maybe there sometimes I am hwehwe ma me hu say there be your factions kitikiti and I'm say okay obi amfa ni nipa mbra yempe problem bia well into then as part of your application I also list all the assets of the deceased person, all the personal assets of the deceased person, then you put a value to it. That will enable us, and you have an inventory of assets, that will enable the court determine whether the total value of the estate does not even exceed the jurisdiction of the court. You know, who listing a Japadi any United Assasia, a farmland, no, it may not be so expensive. Now the Sikaka Krato, an entire and the personal, your friend be personal belongings. Na wo disikebe obi mutumi tro 2000 na maybe sana na chese nipa no tia se entire o wo nyina mo pa chese ene ni demo ne manya ye 2000 cedis, then they will explain we hunti ye ni nyina wi na wa quantify wa total ne ye hu say court has jurisdiction to hear the matter. Ye we are you have to attach what is called a proof of death. Proof of death no. In most instances, no, we require a medical cause of death certificate.
Okay, proof of death, no, I don't say I just say
nipa pacho ai.
Na mpembe bre no hospital.
Pacho ai doctor, I will say doctor endorse.
Intine say nipa na so nya letter anakrata free
hospital. Form or fill pacho ai.
Hospital no stamp.
Esiso
na doctor the signature so
pacho a chere de ekun no ne ade impempi na application bi wa obehwe no na poster.
Okay,
poster de ye nhwe ne sa proof of death no because poster de obi atumi ye poster.
Oh, okay. Nti na che say court no edge hospital report there no
forms no yes
esen ebia poster na card
pacho ai.
Oh, okay,
pacho ai.
Now, what of ABA videos? I say you be the pictures and videos being so.
That could be doctored.
Okay. The hospital is the best.
And no na yeji.
But you.
No in Pempi no. Sometimes over quarter, your friend be corona form so be wua. You sign home cranta say release body no say on your day yen konkosie. In Pempi ne be mobile. Say oh yempe postmortem ni ade pese yekosie body maybe they make a choice and yakoya affidavit beto so. Affidavit is the document that we accept in which ubeka say ye so and so ewu na mo no yempe ye be postmortem. We don't suspect any foul play in the death of the person. In the court go ahead no release body ni ma ene yen konkosie. It is the same like the medical cause of death certificate. Pacha ultima say.
Oh, okay.
Mfato bi na meye as to what we accept.
Yes, say ye hwe court no wa bakra no e wo se wo nipa na waba no e wo se oniama etumi esisi so
Pachoy.
bia fa na kwan pepepe.
Pachoy.
Oh, okay.
Pachoy. Ebi mo ho a omo basa they under declare their assent. Me to me jam na so two court in penifon bi say omo konko ye nhwehwem na omo fa list mbre, and you will be amazed as to the things that they will discover.
Okay. So what is intermeddling under the law?
Intermeddling no say ye ma to me krata, ye ma to me bi say di obi ejapade ho dwuma na wode wonsa eforefore nipa na ejapade bi asase bi wa na waton bibi wo ha na wa register wa register wo udin mu pacha what mase eno ne intermeddling no na a very serious matter. Serious say the law attaches very serious consequences to it. Yes, na wo be able to cry as a criminal offense. We bet me cry jail for 2 good years. Because ade anya odia na wakwa they say is stealing no ana prof. So what am I say? Ana say yes sir, you will be held liable as if you are even an administrator of the estate. To court bet me send your brother render account. Ejapade a ye ma utumi krata say fa wonsa kan nyina wo de wonsa kan nya sika efi mu aba nyina no ye den brother render account wo ye wie so ya san bo koedu pacho aka ho. And that is what is meant by intermeddling. Ti pacho mesre ye tie for. Say obi wo na sim last year mu ohin kese bi wo wa ina se we ache ohini wu ye na chekra. Unfortunately busuafo no emba meje letters of administration na wo fa asefo ne ade ene man ekun ejapade no ho mbeje letters of administration bibi say adenti omo mbeje letters of administration a ebusuafo ne bi nya hoode sori man nsa so ka kire me wo court say nipa ne your hene intisa amra no it does not concern him. No.
Well,
it applies to everybody. So
okay.
when ja will and
in circumstances where both spouses die together or where it is uncertain as to which of the spouses predeceased the other, how does the law deal with such circumstances?
It's a very interesting theory.
Nkofo mienu na ye ekunu ne ayere no omutumi wu bom yemfa ne se bia accident eja hyehye ana bibi tumi si nsuo yiri bi etumi ku nkofo mienu ne bom ana se bi wo no a yentumi enhu se bia ekunu ne wu ye ja ayere ana ayere ne wu ja ekunu ana whatever eno nso no sena court ne ye no
ye hwe se nipa na omwewu de nimfie esua wo mu no.
Okay.
Yeah, shane say the animfie ko enim no.
Ne oba no. Ye hwe ebia de animfie no ewo fom.
Wo fom na yaka say peninu ewuja ketwa no.
Oh, okay.
Pacho enye ekunu ne yire nkotin ebia beneficiaries wo ebia under PNDC law 111 ye hu who is entitled to what? Who will inherit from who? Ebia nipa neba ne nana ne ade. Who inti ye mrano she say nipa na nimfie ko enim no yakasa onu di kan wuye ansa ketwa ni wu inti ebia ketwa no ne benefits ni ade entitlement ni it will devolve to on side sa na calculating no.
All right. What are some of the offenses under the law committed against spouses and entitled persons?
Okay. Under PNDC law 111 edi kan se okuna na yiri biewu na wakose wo kwa kotu de otiase no ne yira na okuna otiase no wonka for otiase ne nkwala efi ono ankasa ne self acquired property mu, it is an offense.
Self acquired say de ono mom tiase na japade na ye ne dia ana de hu ye
dan a otim no.
Okay.
Nipa na we ne japade ewejan e bia dan na omotim no.
Okay.
Which is the marital property, the marital home no. So all the force koko tu nipa na, it's an offense.
Wow.
Secondly, say your friend is saying say you are denying them access to any aspect of property now, which is their due entitlement and Rana, and also no, it's an offense. Inti no want to make say wafa bie wunti ukwa kotu ne car. In the first place, me di kan ka say last week in Komodia me di kan ka say so obi wu a ne yira na ni kunu oti ase na efie niema nyina including chattels yaka chattel including cars ne niema nyina no ni nyina no ekoma your friend is ne yira na ni kunu ohunka fo oti ase ene nkwala no. That is the first thing. It is a wo busue no ko se wo kwa kotu car ana wo fa no ntade me hu bida okoso sa obi koso sa ne wo fa suit ntade egu ne wo fa car no tu koye. It is an offense.
Oh, okay.
And now okoko say ejapade bi so a it is an offense. Now it will interest you to note emranimo no ya won hihye bi say efia na omotimo no a rented property dia untumi nsori antu nipa ne saa. Just say the court issues an eviction, an order to evict the person, and maybe just an rent as well.
Okay.
What am I saying?
So we Japadi rented uncle 42.
Say matrimonial home no, a rented property. I want to mean tunesa.
Okay.
Na say matrimonial home no so a busuye fear just a 6 months aba.
After no.
Yes, answer. Ube to me to Enti emrano their nitty-gritties bi wo ma e wo se ye hwe ho asem eka
say 6 months name do na say 2 bisa na say we taking it.
Yes, you can take the person on,
but after 6 months ne dey e kwan wo ho.
Yes,
I see. At what point is a person presumed to be dead under the law?
After 7 years. So question you be beside Mr. Last
after 7 years.
After 7 years.
Say obi no obi tia.
Patron.
Na say bia nipa na kodi abrochire.
Patron.
And empo emfa say Ghana ha but nipa na ntene nka ohunu a.
After 7 years.
Se fie nson eso a.
The person is presumed Patron.
I see.
Patron.
Ti yemfa ne say yenua be ma Castro say. At na yen sheda ehu ne body.
7 years.
7 years atwem.
He is presumed to be dead.
Say
Patron.
Oh, okay. I see.
Sinisa no say Japadia, then we start sharing. Yes, that is it.
But you nchase bi wo senti a court ne 7 years na.
7 years no. Ye ma akwenya say wo so a ye nhihye ana to ejina say wo be hu nipa na chi kwan. Enti na ye ma that law is say wo emu yedu. Enti no ye nsori a say ye ka say nipa na wu saa kwa. Ye ma wakwenya say ye dia wo be ye bia say wo be hwehwe nipa no. Yes.
Okay. Who is a child when it comes to interstate and succession? Say ka say interstate and succession. When ena ya kwala.
Prof, Emra under interstate and succession law no. Akwala ye fine be a wa biological child. Okay. And akwala be a wa adopted.
Ida so be a wa wo no.
Wa wo no.
Be a wate no.
Wate no. And obi a customary wise no. Wodi ni kire se wo ba.
Okay.
Ina mdi kan say minya letters of administration be a nipa ne snit ni mu no. Or obo nipa ni din no trust say my child. Na ebusuafo ne ba mu say there be onye ba.
Oh, okay.
But it was glaring say nipa ne ti ase no. Na offer akwala ne say ni abrante ne say oye ne ba. Inti I granted it to the said child. Inti I imagine akwenya so e dey to kire ama ye tiefo say enkwala ye for omo betina ye nchen na eya ye hu omo legal standing ye papa. Some was so bisa no hu ne say when oye me ba sen say ebia manushe sunemu mi wu echi no me pese we no obey entitled to a share in my property.
Okay.
And I may will crack. I was say ye bisa ye hun san sem no na ye settled answer ye two and amon bi nipa no o fa no say wa adopt no and nipa no o fa na as a foster parent.
Okay.
Ni nyina mra wo ho ye be ka ni nyina ho asem.
Mpacho yeda wase se wakyerɛkyerɛ na yɛtiefo ne se omo pese wo kyerɛ bibi kakra bi asemaye se ka se contempt of court ase kyerɛ se
contempt of court ni se we bu court enimtia
wamfa obuo amma court
eno ne contempt of court.
Okay, say be a court ato ne nsa frɛ obi ana be a court no ehia sɛ odi information bi ana nkrata bi ana bi beba
say court hia nkrata bi no eno ho mra wo ho.
Okay.
Na court invite o say bra be testify na eno so ho mra wo ho be ya ka contempt e bia case koso wo court na obehwe na obi aye video na say case bi by wa nkran erabe bi ode ne boyfriend call court no ye video ya judge no
ewo court dining
enye court dan outside the court.
Okay, omo di asem na wie no
omo di asem na we court na ye orders nyema bi eraba na ye.
Okay.
Na eraba na ye live video accuse judge no of bias ne oye no ne ade. It's contemptuous.
Oh, okay. Ntini sane to na so chi no.
Yes. The thing is Nancy ya me court hampo. Me ye case obiti gallery ni mo. Ototo ne nsa kasa rough nkwasiafo oye ye court ni just like that because court na ye order bi a on tiase. Sa suban no. It is contemptuous of the court.
Let's say any pan obetimi a court
yes. Contempt ni po ya wo contempt in fashikurie and the ex fashikurie in fashion say court dem ho na uyi suban bi a entwa yi a ye betumi aso mu wo ho. Na ex ni say outside the court. Inti me kai say last year me wo me ye case bi ahemfo kron sem bi rendering of accounts bi. Afa Miami orders wi a me hwe say omugu abonten ho ntokwa. Bakwa so bako 9 it's contempt of the court.
Neche say
ana won nam na okaka judge ne ho nsem.
Neche say ye court kra na onne ye ne usuban onsem ka ene senia o hande wo ho no etimi kra e de asem mpo brew we no metu etiefofo na say ye court ye nhwe ye kasa yi
pachan
empo e wo court dan nim ene abonten
pachan
na mpacho wo empe mebre no ebi wa na asem wo court
pachan
eya mete se ebi mu ka se asem no ye ndin wie nti meni asem bi aka eno so odna no kotuma content chi na
oni asem bi aka se
ambese mete se bi a obi asem wo court na ebi wa ye interview obi e wa asem ne ho ebi wa na nipa beti so se o we die asem na wo court ye ndin wie ti bia meni ho asem ka so hu je se ontimi conclude se bi a etise na se nipa no and obu asem no ye ndi wie no ti social media say na okay say nipa na pie na o di live video esi so a odidi court for no atem contempt to me say
yes it to me chill. You must be careful say wo ni ye na wo kasem no will not be prejudiced to the proceedings,
especially
will not be prejudicial to the proceedings. It won't prejudice any proceedings.
Say wo PF court wona de ebia magistrate no ana judge na nka o kwakọ to
there be ana wo conclude matter no there be tell say wo ye very court in some there a very your friend is saying deep and a very sacrosanct wo record them I was say wo hwe want to ye
enti mbacho say obi spread lies or falsehood about court cases in Georgia. A man can say and finally say obi okra na afra asem wo court edi nanso no betin na nipa ne ti abonten a de wo ka kwa na say nye sa po na si wo court ho sebi say na okay ebi okra na nipa no wa ma court bi na so ba bi mpo okofia ana opia abonten na odi mpanifo no atem ana se otwa kohwie e de to won so se nipa ne se court ne nsa so ne mu a emra ene ne di wow
There are provisions in our Criminal Offences Act for insulting a court. There's a provision. You do that aspect of criminal law. You do criminal law. We'll talk about it. Insulting a court. There's an offense like that, and obstructing court proceedings. So
court akwan. Now my court ninya kwan nye.
Ebia witness be also about testify na utwitwa na kwam. And also imra no wo ho. Ana court here asama wo say bra be testify ni ade disobeying court summons and also otomra wehu enti no ni nyina mu no ni nyina your contempt ni bi.
Okay.
Patron. Only say the thing is district courts you need powers to commit anybody for contempt.
Oh, okay. District court
The high court and above.
Okay.
Okay. Nti ya no si enya bibisa eno ane say you be refer matter no up. Now you'll be dealt with up there.
Wow. Yo, yetie for e danyame ase. Benifo se de daye be so ani pitri. Sebi yo ye mame abone ho moden pa. Na daje ne nimdie ne nyansa a oguso e de kyerɛkyerɛ. Erade onhyira no. Na won so a utie no erade nhyira wo. Me ba wo nkyɛn mame ebra di edwumadi ebewi bacho wenum asɛm a etwa to ene menim sɛ enye ene na edwumadi ne bebewi nanso ene yi ye di edwumadi ebewi ye ene yi wenum asɛm etwa to den na wo ka kyerɛ etiefo bi sɛ bia eye futuo eye nkranhye bi anase ye kokɔbɔ bi bacho ye tie
Dedi kind of mestre. Sir, what is say assembly or court? Na you have an interest in the matter, and now who assembly ma. Mestre, ment nefie MOB ente embe kancho. What to an amombra bet na ho. Not ye in yeman for yourself. First hand information. And why then what conclude? Atika semno. Eya dosun. Na mestre. Se won ti bibi so ase a nkankankanka emra kwan so ana court process bi ni ade won te won ho ase a. Mestre se wo be bisa. Enti me court esro nkrofo no me ye nkyerɛkyerɛ papa. Bibi ni a meto me bo ase kyerɛkyerɛ ma wa wote ase. Wote won ho ase in the eyes of the law. Enti I will encourage people mo ba mo bisa asem. Se won ti ase a na ye nkyerɛkyerɛ mu. Afe so mestre, let's have trust in our court system. Na mestre, ene manema bi a ye nkanka obi a ni kunu efiri mu ana ne yire efiri mu no widowhood rights ne niema no it reduces the dignity of the surviving spouse. Wehu ni nyina emra ne wo ho oye na emra na nso mu a well that is for you, but emra ne so mu dia ebe den ene ubedi pa esan say your letters of administration here they say busuafo ne nti omo ho say you can always file what is called a caveat patriotism. You can always file a caveat say upese utiem say ebia nipa no onye yere ana onye kunu ana bibi. Well nti mesre me kasa etwa to ne say emra no wo ho dem mo no emra no jewa na wo de wasem na ba ansa na ya yeden yetumi ayeden edi ama na court there we are your servants, judges and whatever ya masomfo esanse mo na mo de tumi na yeden ahye yensa nti dia ye bia ye de sum oman ye de sum ekro ni ye de sum importem meda wase prof.
Yo mami ye da wase wonso a wotie ye ewo fie ewo adwumem ewo kamu ewo mpaso baby bia a wotena ye etie ye ana we bia wotena ye ehwe de be kan se Awurade Nyankopɔn onhyira wo meso mafutu a medigya wo ne se hwe wo ho yie na de wo ye bia no hunu se emra bi wo man nim na emra na ye nyina nso so ye hyase nemom se bibi chi wadwen ana wonte ho ase ewo bibi ho a ema ne nya odin se obetu anamon akokot na akogye nkyeremu ana se akotie adekɔ na okom na kwan efa so eyi ho frame anase etu hwanam Awurade enhwe wo so na wo ma wo ho ban onkura wo mu a wo ho masem ye mpa ebo ne se ye nkyerɛkyerɛ ye futue ye nkura nhyɛ nsɛm yi odi be ye adwuma na asomdwe aba edi ama ho na edi ama me na wo man Ghana aye biaya a etina ye benya asomdwe mudase dase na ebe se hia na ene ma me be san edi nkomo afa bibi foforo ho time with the magistrate and I will share it.